evening, I am Munshad Muqtadi and welcome to Millennium Nightline News. Let's dive into today's top headlines and keep you updated on the latest events around the world. Trump celebrates Supreme Court ruling limiting nationwide injunctions and praises Amy Coney Barrett while criticizing NYC mayoral candidate Tom Dunn. Supreme Court approves Texas age verification law to restrict access to pornographic websites. Minnesota lawmaker Melissa Hortman and family shot dead in violent attack. Supreme Court limits federal judges' power to block Trump's policies nationwide. Thailand reimposes restrictions on cannabis sales without prescription for public safety. Russia seizes key lithium deposit in Ukraine as war continues to impact resources. Norway's crown princess son Mariasborg Helby charged with rape and sexual assault. Gunman killed bride and injured guests during French wedding shooting incident. Japan executes Twitter killer Takiro Shirashi for murder of 9 victims. UN Secretary General highlights dangers of Gaza aid, urging safer humanitarian assistance. India celebrates its first astronaut mission to the International Space Station. Sri Lanka nears series win after strong Day 3 performance against Bangladesh. Cristiano Ronaldo extends contract with Al Nassr amid 2026 World Cup focus. Real Madrid secures 3-0 win over Red Bull Salzburg in Club World Cup group stage. So far, you have been watching today's top headlines. Now let's jump into the details. Trump celebrates Supreme Court ruling limiting nationwide injunctions and praises Amy Coney Barrett while criticizing NYC mayoral candidate Mamdani. President Donald Trump hailed the Supreme Court's decision to restrict federal judges' ability to block his policies nationwide, praising Justice Amy Coney Barrett for writing the majority opinion and condemning rogue judges for overreach. He expressed gratitude for the ruling, which he claimed restores constitutional balance, and highlighted its significance for his administration's effort, including his challenge to birthright citizenship. Trump also criticized New York Democratic primary winner Zohran Mamdani, calling him a communist, and discussed ongoing legislative battles over his tax and policy bills, trade tariffs, and the July 4 deadline, which reflecting on personal threats to his life. The event marked his second surprise press conference since returning to office, characterized by his confident demeanor and wide-ranging moments.
Stepping in and solving this very, very big and complex problem, and they've made it very simple. I want to thank Justice Barrett, who wrote the opinion brilliantly, as well as Chief Justice Roberts and Justice.
Supreme Court supports Texas law on age verification for porn sites. The Supreme Court decided in favor of Texas law that requires people to show ID before visiting adult websites. The law aims to stop minors from seeing sexually explicit content online. It says everyone, including adults, must prove they're 18 or older using ID. Some free speech groups argue the law is too vague and could unfairly limit adults' rights. The court, with a 6-3 vote, agreed that the law mainly affects adult speech only incidentally. The law covers sites with at least one-third sexually suggestive material. Critics say it may not fully protect adults' privacy and exempts major platforms like search engines. A lower court initially blocked the law, but higher courts approved it. The decision is a big win for Texas and for efforts to protect children online. Minnesota shooting tragedy summary. A man named Vance Walter, 57, is accused of shooting and killing Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hortman, her husband, and attacking the other lawmaker's home in a series of violent attacks. Walter, dressed as a police officer, tricked some victims into thinking he was real and used a fake police vehicle. He first arrived at the Hortman home in Brooklyn Park early in the morning, fired shots, and killed Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark. He also shot at other lawmakers' houses but was stopped or scared away each time. Walter was caught after a 2-day manhunt. He faces serious federal and state charges, including murder, which could lead to the death penalty. The victims are being honored at the Capitol, and the suspect appeared briefly in court where his detention was delayed due to concerns about his mental health. The attack shocked the community, and people are mourning the loss of the respected lawmaker and her family. Supreme Court limits federal judges' power in Trump's cases. The Supreme Court recently made a big decision that limits how federal judges can stop President Trump's policies. They ruled that judges cannot issue nationwide bans or injunctions that affect the entire country, only the specific parties involved. This change makes it harder for courts to block unpopular policies quickly. The court also did not decide if Trump's plan to end birthright citizenship is legal, but they paused the order for 30 days. This ruling could affect many of Trump's policies and how laws are enforced in the future. Supporters, including Trump, say this will make the government more efficient. Critics, like some judges and Democrats, say it weakens the rule of law and allows the government to do things illegally without proper checks. The decision is seen as a major shift in how courts can review presidential actions. It may lead to more legal fights and changes how the policies work and challenged. Overall, it marks a significant change in U.S. legal and political
to stop the American people from getting the policies that they voted for in record numbers. It was a grave threat to democracy, frankly, and instead of merely ruling on the immediate cases before them.
We will be right back after a short break. I am Munshat Muqtadi. Keep watching Millennium Nightline News.
Welcome to Millennium News 24, your trusted source for accurate, unbiased news. We're here to bring you the stories that matter most from America and around the world with integrity and a commitment to truth. In today's world, where misinformation can easily spread, having access to reliable news is more important than ever. At Millennium News 24, we aim to cut through the noise by delivering clear, fact-based reporting. Whether you're following major events or looking for in-depth analysis, we are here to serve you with transparency and respect for all communities regardless of color, wealth, or religion. This beautiful America was built by the resilience of its people, immigrants, entrepreneurs, doctors, and everyday individuals working together to create something great. It's this spirit that inspires us to provide you with news that's inclusive, honest, and relevant. We believe that informed citizens are the foundation of a strong society, and we strive to give you the knowledge you need to make a difference. From breaking news to insightful features, we bring you comprehensive coverage on politics, economics, health, culture, and much more. We believe that everyone deserves access to the truth, and we are proud to be a part of a global network that connects people through information. Stay informed by following us on your devices, including iOS, Android, Roku, Amazon, Apple TV, and Smart TVS. And for global access, we're also available on Horizon Satellite. Visit us at www.millenniumtv24.com or www.millenniumnews24.com to stay updated at Millennium News 24. Our mission is to promote unity, understanding, and progress in a rapidly changing world. Join us as we work to inspire positive action through the power of truth. Thank you for watching. Follow us, subscribe, and stay informed.
Welcome back after the break. I am Munshat Muhtadi and you're watching the Millennium Nightline News. Thailand starts banning cannabis sales without prescription. Thailand, 3 years after decriminalizing cannabis, has now banned selling it without a doctor's prescription. The new rules, signed by the health minister, took effect this week and classify cannabis buds as a controlled herb. Shops can still sell cannabis if they have a license and only to people with a prescription in small amounts for personal use. Violating the rules may lead to jail or fines. The government is working to set clear guidelines for doctors and sellers. Many shop owners are confused and worried about the sudden change. The move follows concerns about cannabis being available to children and causing addiction. Russia takes important lithium deposit in Ukraine. Russia has captured a key lithium deposit in eastern Ukraine near the village of Shevchenko. This deposit is small but very valuable because it has a lot of lithium, which is used to make batteries for electric cars and technology. Ukraine wanted to work with the US to develop its minerals, but now Russia controls part of the resources. The more land Russia takes, the fewer resources Ukraine can share with the US. The Ukrainian government is trying to find new ways to develop other lithium sites. Russia also controls other important minerals and resources in Ukraine. The conflict makes it harder for Ukraine to use its natural wealth. Russia's move shows how the war affects not just land but also valuable minerals. Ukraine still has other lithium deposits, but they are far from the front lines. Norwegian Crown Prince's son charged with rape and sexual assault. Marius Borg Helby, the son of Norway's Crown Princess Mette-Marit, has been charged with serious crimes, including rape and sexual assault. The allegations involve multiple victims, with investigations saying there are double-digit numbers of people affected. Helby, who is 28 years old, was questioned by police and is currently out of jail while waiting for a possible trial. He used to live with the royal family but now has his own home. The charges include 1 case of rape with intercourse, 2 without, and other sexual assaults. Hoiby's lawyer says he takes the accusation seriously but denies most of the claims. The royal family has not commented publicly. This case has shocked Norway and raised questions about the royal family's privacy and reputation. Gun attack at French wedding kills bride and injures others. 2 men have been charged with murder after a wedding in southeastern France turned deadly. Gunmen opened fire during the celebration in Gold, a small village, killing the bride and wounding her groom and nephew. The attack happened outside the village hall, and it is believed to be related to drug disputes. 4 masked men shot at guests, with 1 attacker killed during the chaos. The suspects fled on foot and 2 were later caught, while 1 remains at large. The bride, 27 years old, was hit several times and died, while the groom and boy were injured. Authorities think the violence may be linked to drug conflicts in the area. The village has a small population and many nearby cities have seen similar violence. French police are investigating to find out more about the motives behind the shooting. UN chief says Gaza aid is killing people. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said that the US-backed aid in Gaza is unsafe and is causing harm. He explained that the aid workers are starving and Israel, as the occupying power, must allow aid to reach the people. Guterres said many people are dying just trying to get food, and this should never happen. The situation is very dangerous and humanitarian efforts are being blocked. Many civilians and aid workers have been killed or injured. The conflict in Gaza continues to cause a lot of suffering. The UN calls for safe and open aid deliveries. The conflict and blockades make it hard to help the people in need. The world is watching as the crisis worsens. India celebrates its first astronaut to the International Space Station. India has achieved a big milestone by sending its first astronaut, Shubhanshu Shukla, to the International Space Station, ISS. He traveled on a private space mission called AX-4, launched from Florida with the help of SpaceX and NASA. Shukla is only the second Indian to go to space after Rakesh Sharma in 1984. His mission aims to do about 60 experiments and last for 2 weeks. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi and former astronaut Rakesh Sharma congratulated him. This event inspires many young Indians and is a step toward India's future space plans, including a new space station and moon missions. India's peace space efforts have grown a lot under Modi's leadership, making the country a rising space power. We will be right back after a short break. I am Munshad Mutadi. Keep watching the Millennium Nightline News.
Welcome to Millennium News 24, your trusted source for accurate, unbiased news. We're here to bring you the stories that matter most from America and around the world with integrity and a commitment to truth. In today's world, where misinformation can easily spread, having access to reliable news is more important than ever. At Millennium News 24, we aim to cut through the noise by delivering clear, fact-based reporting. Whether you're following major events or looking for in-depth analysis, we are here to serve you with transparency and respect for all communities regardless of color, wealth, or religion. This beautiful America was built by the resilience of its people, immigrants, entrepreneurs, doctors, and everyday individuals working together to create something great. It's this spirit that inspires us to provide you with news that's inclusive, honest, and relevant. We believe that informed citizens are the foundation of a strong society, and we strive to give you the knowledge you need to make a difference. From breaking news to insightful features, we bring you comprehensive coverage on politics, economics, health, culture, and much more. We believe that everyone deserves access to the truth, and we are proud to be a part of a global network that connects people through information. Stay informed by following us on your devices, including iOS, Android, Roku, Amazon, Apple TV, and Smart TVS. And for global access, we're also available on Horizon Satellite. Visit us at www.millenniumtv24.com or www.millenniumnews24.com to stay updated at Millennium News 24. Our mission is to promote unity, understanding, and progress in a rapidly changing world. Join us as we work to inspire positive action through the power of truth. Thank you for watching. Follow us, subscribe, and stay informed.
Welcome back after the break. I am Munshad Mutadi and you're watching the Millennium Nightline News. Let's have a peek at the business world. Today, Dow Jones Industrial dropped down by 0.47%, losing a total of $200.89 per share. S&P 500 dropped down by 0.071%, losing a total of $4.03 per share. Russell 2000 index rose by 0.57%, gaining a total of $11.84 per share. Nasdaq Composite rose by 1.71%, gaining a total of $319.59 per share. VIX dropped down by 2.58%, losing a total of 58 cents per share. Let's have a glance at the world of sport. Sri Lanka takes control in the second test against Bangladesh. Sri Lanka is close to winning the series after a strong performance on day 3. They scored 458 runs in their first innings. Bangladesh is now batting in their second innings and has scored 246 for 6 wickets. They are still behind by 96 runs. Sri Lanka's bowlers, especially Prabhat Jasuria, played very well, taking important wickets. Kusal Mendes scored a quick half-century and helped Sri Lanka build a big lead. Bangladesh batting struggled against Sri Lanka's spin bowlers and they lost 2 wickets. The match is very close, with Sri Lanka in a very good position to win. Bangladesh needs a big effort to stay in the game. The day saw exciting moments and good bowling from Sri Lanka. Cristiano Ronaldo extends contract with Al Nassr amid 2026 World Cup focus. Cristiano Ronaldo has signed a new 2-year deal with Al Nassr, solidifying his stay in the Saudi Pro League despite hints of departure, with the Portuguese star aiming for the 2026 World Cup. Since joining Al Nassr in 2022 after leaving Manchester United, Ronaldo has scored 93 goals in 105 appearances and continued to boast impressive earnings, estimated around $275 million at age 40. His leadership has propelled Portugal to a UEFA Nations League title, and he is nearing 1,000 career goals. Ronaldo's extension comes amid increased European player transfers to Saudi Arabia and the club's ambitions for SPL success, though they remain runners-up in recent seasons. His commitment dispels rumors of a possible exit, emphasizing his focus on making history in the upcoming years. Real Madrid wins big in the Club World Cup. Real Madrid beat Red Bull Salzburg 3-0 in their last group match. Vinicius Jr. scored the first goal and helped set up the second. Federico Valverde scored the second goal in added time, and Gonzalo Garcia made the final goal. With this win, Madrid finished first in their group and moved to the knockout stage. They could have met earlier. Al Hilal took second place after beating Pachuca. This match was placed in Philadelphia, and fans watched on DAZN for fun. Madrid's team was missing several key players due to injuries. This victory keeps Madrid's hopes alive for the rest of the tournament. Now let's have a glance at the weather trends and what you can expect as you plan your day ahead. Now let's have a glance at the weather trends and what you can expect as you plan your day ahead. Let's have a glance at the headlines one more time. Thank you for staying with us. To keep up with the latest news and updates, follow Millennium News 24 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Millennium News 24. You can watch us anytime on your Android or iOS devices, Apple TV, Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Horizon Satellite TV, and all smart TV platforms. For non-stop news and entertainment, download our apps, Millennium TV on Android and Millennium News on Google. Truly appreciate you being a part of the Millennium News 24 family. Once again, thank you for staying with us. I am Munshat Muhtadi. Stay tuned for the next update and have a great night.